On the Hungarian frontier with Serbia, it feels as if a great fortress is being defended. From the refugees and migrants who would make Europe their home. They repeat the refrain I've heard on the migrant trail for years now.
I want to go Europe for better life because Afghanistan is war, and Taliban, also Daesh.
Syed and his wife were lucky. They made it this far before borders further south started to close. Such a change from a year ago. Now you can see people streaming towards us across the fields, and I can hear shouts of men, the cries of children, all moving towards this border. The figures tell the story. Last October, 211,000 landed in the Balkans. This month so far, under 2,000. I was here a year ago to witness this fence going up, that moment which symbolised what you might call the start of hard Europe. Politicians across Western Europe have been since then trying to stem mass migration. It has become one of the great defining political themes of our age. In Budapest, the government has rejected refugee quotas. Hungary recasting itself as the defender of European Christian civilization. And of a new continent where camps like Calais will never be allowed again.
First thing, protect the borders, everything else comes after. So Schengen, as we have announced it many times, cannot be defended from within. Calais cannot be sorted out until you're not able to defend your borders in the south and in the east.
We followed the migrant trail up through Austria into Bavaria, where history's shade looms over the present. Hitler had a headquarters and holiday home at Berchtesgaden. And when he was defeated, thousands of Jewish survivors were housed in temporary camps nearby. That legacy profoundly shaped Germany's initial welcome for refugees fleeing today's wars. There are around 1,000 living in this area. They're fortunate. Germany too began to impose strict border controls last year. Amar is from Syria and is the house guest of Marietta Sulek, who runs this health store. While public opinion has shifted, Amar still finds Germans tolerant.
They always want to help you. And I love to stay here. I get used to live here.
Es ist nett, mit ihm zusammenzuleben.
It's nice to live with him, but I do set limits. Some things he has to learn, how Germans live and what we're like in Europe.
But political momentum is with those opposed to asylum seekers. The far right has gained votes by promising a crackdown, like this grandson of a German wartime refugee.
Die Leute sind...
The people are upset because of the government decisions. There are many people who say, we were not asked. We want to be asked if such important decisions are made. They're questioning the cost of this.
By the time I reached Calais, with the British shore in view, the political mood in Europe was vividly clear. In the nearby jungle, people were already moving, most of them single young men, ahead of the camp's demolition. This Iraqi family has been here 6 weeks, but will soon be moved elsewhere in France. They want to reach Britain.
We are only thinking of going there. There is no other country in our minds. We don't want to go anywhere else, for the sake of our children's futures.
Closing the jungle won't deal with the problem, it simply disperses it. And in Africa, the Middle East, large parts of Asia, there are vast numbers of people who believe that getting to Europe is their best hope of a better life. As long as conflicts and endemic poverty in these parts of the world continue, then however hard a line Europe takes, it won't be enough to stem the flow of refugees and migrants. Fergal Keane, BBC News, Calais.